figured since Aquaman, the new Aquaman movie is doing so well in theaters, it was only appropriate to give Amber Heard her moment in the sun or snow, whatever you want to, whatever she was in.
Isn't that movie going to make less money than the Marvels?
No. It already in like the first 2 weekends made more money than the Marvels' entire global run. So
I know they had a rough opening weekend.
it recovered very well. It's actually it has I don't know, maybe it was, what was the opening weekend? Was it like the weekend before New Year, or maybe it was the weekend before Christmas? Yeah, I don't know. It was a bad weekend, but it has recovered really well since, and is actually doing so well that there are articles being written on like comic book sites and stuff talking about a potential resurgence of Aquaman and his future in the James Gunn's DCU. So it's doing really well. I haven't gotten to see it yet. We were gonna go see it, and then we ended up doing other stuff. And there are a bunch of movies that I would like to see, and whenever the opportunity comes to go to the theater, and I have the opportunity to do something else with my wife and kids, I've opted for that. So
yeah, the same here. I can't think of the last time. I think honestly, the last time we actually went to the theater was I took the boys to see the Mario Brothers movie. That was a while ago.
I took Katie to see the Marvels. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't good. Like, I didn't dislike it. It just wasn't a particularly good movie. Like, it was, I don't know. And I gave her the option. It was that, or I can't remember what, that, Napoleon, or the new Hunger Games movie, Songbirds and Snakes, or whatever. So I gave her the option. I thought she would go with the Hunger Games movie, but she wanted to see the Marvels, and so that's what we did. And yeah,
I need to check out Napoleon. I still haven't watched it yet, but
yeah, that's one of those that Mark's been hounding me that I need to see Napoleon because it's so historically bad. Like he really wants to talk about how bad it is.
Tell him if he wants to go see that movie. He wants you to go see the movie. He should pay for it.
He also wants me to go see the new Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. He said it was surprisingly good. It surprised him at how good it was, and I want to see that one anyway.
Yeah, I want to see that one too.
Again, it's just one of those, like, when I have the opportunity to go to the movies, I would rather do something else.
We just started watching the Hunger Games again. We got to the first two. The third one's the one I don't like. It's one I like the least.
Well, the third one is just a lot of setup for the fourth one. So
yeah, she's just a really whiny bitch in the third one.
Yeah, but that's how she was in the book too. Like that entire third book, or first half of that third book, actually most of the third book, I just felt like they took a strong, the author took a strong character from the first book, and then you see her still be sort of strong, but also kind of losing her composure. And then the third one is just like full on pity party. It's like, I liked the series, but the devolution of Katniss over the course of, and I mean all of the characters really, because Peeta does the same thing. It was kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm a little bit too traditional. I want my strong central character to be a strong central character. There he is.
Yeah, stay strong instead of becoming a bitch.
Yeah, don't turn into a bitch.
Oh, a hero's journey of sorts.
That's the secret to happiness, is be less of a bitch. They'd have been so much happier if they just weren't such bitches.
Yep.
I didn't realize Mark was watching. I wouldn't have been talking shit about him.
No.
Uh-oh.
Now we really need to. Since we're on this train, did you
What's going on this weekend,
the
gentlemen?
leaks from that Echo TV show, Justin? Did you see the fight scene?
Yes, I thought it looked
Heavily choreographed.
I'm not hearing Jay at all.
He's kind of muffled.
Oh,
Yeah, it looked very heavily choreographed. There were people who were like, "Oh, this looks so badass." I'm like, "No, it looks like a fucking dance sequence. Like you see the same thing on a J-Lo music video. This is like, it doesn't look like they're fighting. It looks like they're doing ballet. It's
what was this?
the Echo,
Marvel.
the Marvel or the Disney Plus Marvel series Echo. It's about a deaf chick who's going to be a central character for some reason. I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense. I think they've already taken it from. It was going to be like a serialized release where it comes out or like a weekly episode, like they do a lot of other stuff. And instead, they're just going to drop the whole thing Netflix style. Like they're not even going to bother with putting it up weekly. So
is it that bad?
I don't know. Is Marvel finally starting to figure out that like they can't keep pushing this bullshit that people don't want?
No.
Did you see the thing where there's like a new Star Wars director that said her objective is to make men uncomfortable? It's like you do realize like this is like the Bud Light. We don't want to be pandering to frat guys strategy. Like men is your fan base for Star Wars. If you're actively saying that you're not trying to make something for men and you're trying to make men uncomfortable, men just aren't going to fucking show up. And women don't care about Star Wars, so you're guaranteed to tank. Like, is that
and they're making Rey the main character, and she's awful.
Yeah,
she was the worst. So I don't know. I think that they're trying to tank Disney for some reason.
I don't fuck them. That's fine.
Well, and part of me goes back to the whole thing of like that one speech from Michelle Obama back in whatever it was, basically saying that they're going to change all the traditions, change our culture, go and change everything. And you take Disney, you take Star Wars, and you tank them, and you have traditions that are gone. Change the language, like what we do with all the identity politics now, or all the I identify as, or I'm not really a man, I'm actually a woman. I mean, like all that stuff. Like you've changed. They've successfully done it. They have successfully changed the culture.
Well, and that's why for all the negative reviews, Zack Snyder's Rebel Moon Part 1 is still Netflix #1 rated show. Like it is the most watched show that is out there. Like period.
I haven't seen it. Is it good?
It's entertaining. It's what you expect from Zack Snyder. Like it's formulaic. It follows you can probably quote most of the lines before they ever say them. Like the dialogue is is very heavy-handed. Like you pretty much know what's going to happen as soon as it starts to happen. It's like, oh yeah, I know what that guy's going to do. Oh yep, I see where this is. Like it's very predictable and formulaic, but it is highly entertaining. The production quality is amazing. It's a really well put together, really well done movie. It's just not particularly like it's nothing new. It's like Zack Snyder's twist on.
Who's Zack Snyder? I don't even know who that is.
He was he did Watchmen and Sucker Punch, Man of Steel, Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice.
Man of Steel is a phenomenal movie.
He was the original director for the Justice League movie before they scrapped his direction and replaced him with Joss Whedon. And then they had the the Snyder cut that came out on HBO Max, which was like 4 hours, and it was fucking amazing. Like this is what Justice League should have been if DC hadn't fucked it up. Like, and people love to hate Zack Snyder because like he makes entertaining movies. Like Sucker Punch was not well received because of plot holes and the story being kind of light and stuff like that. It's like if you watched that trailer and you thought you were sitting down to see Gone with the Wind, you're the fucking retard here. Like you're the problem, not the movie, right? Like if you see the trailer for a Zack Snyder movie and you go into it expecting Pride and Prejudice, you're stupid. Like that's on you. That's your fault. You should know that you're going to get exactly what you're seeing from the trailer, and it's going to be wildly entertaining. And that, like, I've never understood the trailers are usually pretty honest with that stuff. Like if you see, like, I understand. Oh, what was the movie? There was one movie. It was pitched as like a comedy. It had Seth Rogen and a bunch of other like funny people in it. And the trailer was funny, but then when you go to see the movie, like literally the only funny part about the movie was the clips that they played in the trailer, and otherwise it was like this really sad, terrible kind of melodrama type thing. It's like, y'all portrayed this as a funny comedy movie, and that's not what you delivered. Like, fuck you, go away.
Yeah,
that. Zack Snyder shit is not that. It's what you see is what you're getting. Like,
I'm looking for that. Can you find the clip of her saying that about Star Wars? Oh, here it is. I found it. I think.
Even that, how's my mic?
You're still very quiet.
Huh. All right.
You need to put it in your mouth.
Are you like inside a tunnel?
I'm doing nothing different than I normally do.
Huh. It actually sounds like your mic is not hooked up to your computer. And
yeah, it's like you're going through the computer audio.
Yeah, yep.
Did your mic come unplugged? That happens to me sometimes. This little doodadder right here just pops out for no fucking reason, and I'm talking to y'all through.
When it comes out for no reason.
Yeah, I know, it's the worst.
Okay, so I'm sharing the screen. Nope. Okay, well, yes. Now they're saying that the quote was taken out of context from what she said about the making men uncomfortable. But here, let me share the right screen here. Sorry. Stop sharing. My computer is just so jacked. I need a new one so bad. I have the spinny beach ball of death right now.
It's always entertaining.
Yeah, right. Okay, so share screen. Here we go. There we go. Sorry about that.
One of these days, we'll teach you how to share full screen on these things.
Oh, shut it.
Sucker Punch. That was the movie I was trying to think of.
And an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been guided by my activism. And every single piece of work that I've ever created has a piece of activism in it. It could be very overt or it could be covert, but it is there. And I think that as a storyteller, I'm not sure if all of you know this, but I'm not a trained filmmaker. So I never went to film school. I went to Smith College and did my undergraduate and studied economics and political science like a good Pakistani girl. And then I did my graduate studies, but also in international politics. And so I am an accidental filmmaker. At the heart of everything, I am a storyteller and an activist. And my body of work over the last 20 years has been...
So she is making men uncomfortable on purpose. And she's doing this because she is an activist. And then that's who Star Wars hired to make their next movie. And I don't know about what you guys thought about the last set of movies, but they took Luke Skywalker, who's supposed to be the best badass in the galaxy. He takes down his dad, who's the previous best badass in the galaxy, and they make him into the biggest bitch of the galaxy. And it's like, you completely destroyed the entire story. And they did it all to make Rey look like she was special. They didn't do it for any other reason. They wanted to destroy the male character to make the female character look better.
Rey gets the victim's journey instead of the hero's journey. Remzo Martinez talks about this all the time on.
Well, she's like the definition of a Mary Sue. Like,
so like Remzo's most hated character in Marvel is Ironheart, who is like the heir to Iron Man. And she has this like victim's journey. She's this genius that just never gets the recognition for what she is and what she's done, and then she builds her own like Iron Man suit and becomes amazing.
Well, you know her comic origin, she stole the technology from Tony Stark.
Imagine that. That would be a little too on the nose. So but so anyway, it's the victim's journey, and that's Rey. Like, she's this poor, impoverished, downtrodden kid that's treated badly, and then all of a sudden, for no fucking reason whatsoever, now she's amazing and can do all of these things and has all these powers, like just out of the fucking blue.
Just using Jedi mind tricks right off the bat.
No training or any of that shit. Like, just goes and fucking does it like it's second nature. And then you get your bad guy, instead of being like an imposing just figure of pure will and dominance like Darth Vader, you get Kylo Ren, who basically comes across as a petulant, brooding, angry child.
Daddy issues.
With daddy issues. And like,
he was good in that Bill Murray movie, the Alien one. He was really good in that. Played Kylo Ren.
Shit, why am I drawing a blank on his name? Yeah, he's a really good actor. I like pretty much everything he does.
He sucked in that movie, though. I mean, he was just like, they turned every character into a bitch. They even managed to turn Han Solo into a bitch.
Yeah. Han becomes a bitch. Luke becomes a bitch. Even Emperor Palpatine's a bitch. Like, oh, spoiler alert! If you haven't seen the third movie, Palpatine's still alive. Anyway,
for some reason.
Yeah, for some reason, right? Like, we had to. Those were kind of along the same lines as like the Rebel Moon thing. Like, they were very formulaic. They effectively followed the same pattern as the the first three movies, or I guess the original trilogy, 4, 5, and 6, New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. Like, they almost verbatim followed the stories of all three of those movies across the final three movies. Like, it was just terribly, everything about it was terribly done. They were.
Well, and see, and that's why I liked Rogue One so much, is because it didn't have to change the story. It just had to create a new part of the story. And the female character was great and strong. The male character was great and strong. And at the end of it, Darth Vader looked like a badass, like he should have.
I don't understand the need for making a female character strong, and then on the other side of it, making the male character weak and pathetic. Like,
because you can't make the female characters look strong with a strong male lead. You just can't.
Well, they have like studio memos that they've sent out to like all the studios where women cannot have like a male mentor. Like that's a thing in Hollywood. Like, a woman cannot get mansplained or taught from a man. Like, she has to, rise above.
They don't want them to do it right.
No.
Right. Yes.
Sorry.
Well, I mean, it's worked out so well, right? Like, when I had a tweet a while back, and I still stand by this. You see all these female directors and female CEOs and female CFOs, and there's all this like hoopla around them and they're putting like these strong female lead movies and stuff like that. And all of these things and all of these people are failing miserably. Like, the patriarchy always wins. Guess who's putting them in charge of that stuff? Guess who's like giving them these jobs. It's the dudes who are running shit, and you put a bunch of incompetent women in charge, let them make terrible products, and prove that they're bad at this, and then you can be like, all right, see, we gave you what you wanted, and it's shitty, and it's completely failed. Now you get to go back to us doing it the right way. You had your chance. Get back in the kitchen.
Yeah, but I don't think you can put the genie back in the bottle, though. I don't think it. I think it's it's gonna be rare where we get movies that are well done and not bitchified. It's gonna be very rare from now on, because everything's been destroyed.
Well, you're starting to see a reverse course on some of that with, so Netflix still does some of the gender swap stuff and the race swap stuff, but they are dialing some of that back. Some of the other like big production studios have been dialing back on some of the woke stuff. Bob Iger himself has said like that they went too far with that, and they've got to get it under control. Like
he also said that right before he just hired that Pakistani chick to direct.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay, great, he said it, but he did hire that psycho that wants to make men uncomfortable.
Well, but then if you look at the Marvel properties, like Marvel has canceled everything that was supposed to come out this year. Deadpool 3 is the only theatrical release that's going to come out this year. A lot of the other projects that they had, like Disney Plus shows and stuff, are being taken back to the studio and being redone, like the Daredevil Reborn or Rebirth or whatever. They've basically just taken everything that they had done and said, oh shit, this is no good. And now they're going back and redoing a lot of that. Like they are starting to, at some point you can't just keep hemorrhaging money. Like you've got to make money at some point. And
well, they used to live off of,
it's like remember last year in June, like Pride Month, and everything got dialed way back. Like all of the Pride Month hoopla had really, really, really got ramped down. Like it's starting to affect the bottom lines for these companies. And at the end of the day, that's what they worship above everything else. They don't care about progressivism. They care about the almighty fucking dollar. And if it starts hitting them in the bank account, they're going to change direction. And that you're seeing it slowly but surely happen. Like it's happening. Yes, all of that stuff is still very pervasive and out there, and it's a part of it. Like, yes, you can't completely put the genie back in the bottle, but you can tamp it down enough that it's just a minor annoyance on the outskirts and not something that's right in your face all the time.
Well, one of the things they were able to live off of while losing money on the movies was their park revenue. And last few years, Universal has really got into their market share of that.
Well, that and people are tired of going to Disney and getting assaulted.
Yeah.
By cultural assault. Got to come up with a good word for that. Cultural assaulting. Somehow, I'm not sure what the right phrase should be.
Did you see the video of some like big burly looking Hispanic dude wearing the mini costume, and he's got the mini head pulled up?
Oh, he's smoking.
But
the Steamboat Willie memes have been wonderful. You seen all those memes? Those have been wonderful. I've loved those.
Yeah.
Did you guys talk about it Friday about the supposed aliens in Miami that looked like they just look like animatronics? It looks so bad.
I don't know. I haven't seen anything actually like anything legitimate on that. There's no report.
Yeah, I don't know if it's legit or not. It just looked funny.
I got it. Pull it up.
Yeah. Oh, that's.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, I saw some of the. I think I
can't pull it up because my computer is just acting really wonky.
I've seen some of the Miami stuff, but like nothing that I've seen seems looks to be legit. Like it looks like it's either photoshopped or like, and no mainstream media at all is talking about it.
Well, that's
the Punk Rock Libertarian podcast. Their Twitter account said, "Here's a thread of everything we know about the Miami Mall incident," and then the next tweet was, "That's it. That's all we know." Like nothing. There's nothing about it. Something like 200 cops and over 80 cop cars all just like show up. They storm this fucking mall.
Can you pull up the one video showing all the cop cars? How many
teenagers were fighting? Were there like 500 teenagers fighing? Like, was it a full-on gang war going on? Like, even a gang war doesn't involve that many people.
I remember one of them. Man, there's a lot of the young urban youths. Brawl broke out at the Monroeville Mall up in Pittsburgh one year when we were up there, and I'm like, "Nope, we're not going to that side of town today."
But if that's what was happening, there would be cell phone video footage. There would be mall security camera footage. There would be body cam footage. Like there would be something. The news would be talking about it. They would be reporting on it. There would be something.
Well,
because if you've got violence on that level, especially in Miami, somebody got shot. There's other shit going on. Like it would be in the news. They would be talking about it, and they're not at all.
If you remember, though, about a month ago, all the media outlets basically said that they're not going to report violence in cities anymore. They're going to stop reporting that violence in cities because it's too racially whatever. I can't think of what. Basically, it was racist to report the actual
insensitive.
News. Yes. I mean,
plus it's an election year.
Yes, plus it's an election year, so you can't report it then either because I don't want to get us kicked off. Never mind.
Don't want anybody asking questions about failed policy.
Yeah, there's no failed policy. But yeah, it's just it's insane to me that they just ignore an obviously big story.
Speaking about policy that doesn't fail, our foreign policy. You want to pull this up?
We're Zionists. Of course we recognize the Jewish people's right to self-determination in their ancestral homeland.
We're Zionists. Of course we support the IDF's mission to dismantle Hamas and release the hostages.
We're Zionists. We know Hatikva like the back of our hand.
We're Zionists. We Israelify our wardrobe when Israel is attacked to show our support and pride.
We're Zionists. Of course we proudly stand by our brothers and sisters in the Holy Land.
We're Zionists. Of course we won't stop talking about our last trip to Israel.
Why are they all so fat and ugly? What the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
They need to enroll them in the Israeli military and get them looking like those chicks. Like,
do your mandatory 2 years of service.
They need some training. Yeah.
Is that real? I thought that was fake.
It's real. Israel is real. Yeah, it's real.
No, it's the video. I thought the video was like a.
No, there was like this old stupid video that went viral a while back. We're Italians, and then they're like gabagool spaghetti, doing all these stereotypical things. And I guess a bunch of these young chicks, hey, yeah, SDG's onto something.
I missed that. What do you say?
Inbreeding.
They don't do that. I mean, yeah. Pull up what I'm. Yeah, here we go. So apparently, there was a little bit of traffic the other day. God bless it. I hate this thing so much. There we go.
Hey, you figured out the full screen. Hell yeah.
It's not working. Yeah, my computer sucks. Anyways, yeah, they had blocked the freeway for the Palestinians again. I'd like, there's got to be, this just got to stop. I mean, like,
no, nothing wins hearts and minds like making me late for work.
Yeah. And I don't care if I'm late for work. What I care about is if I'm, how many people are in ambulances trying to get somewhere because of that. It's the whole Chris Christie thing, blocking off freeways while ambulances can't get across the bridges.
Well, while blocking a highway could potentially be domestic terrorism, I don't think it's anywhere on the level as this right here. We're not gonna let it zoom in on that again. That's bad enough. That water must be incredibly cold. Like
Need
holy
to
shit.
zoom in more.
Continue zooming and be like, where
Did
is
you
it?
see the?
It's
Did you
like
see the video? Somebody posted the video in the chat of the. So it was supposed to be his wife commenting on it. That was hilarious.
Today we took the kids to Bass Pro Shops so they could get their picture made with January 6th Santa. And while we were there,
For January what?
we decided to get into the swimming pool. And it is a swimming pool. Aquariums have tops on them. If you don't want us to get in it, you put a top on it, or else it's a swimming pool. Apparently, somebody took a video of it and put it online, and I have been seeing some nasty comments. And I just have to say, if you're at Bass Pro Shop and you see a grown man take off all his clothes and get butt ass naked in the swimming pool, you need to mind your business. If you're looking at his penis, you're a pervert, and you should be looking at God's penis, because yes, God is a man, and yes, he does eat meat. In our house, we like to say he might not have the biggest part, but he does have the biggest heart. His earthly penis might be small, but his spiritual penis, the one he'll have when he gets to heaven, is massive. And it's always inside. And if anybody from Bass Pro Shop is watching this right now, I just want to say we should get our January 6th Santa photos for free. That's the least y'all can do.
Oh my god!
I saw that video paired with a lot of George Costanza memes from the Shrinkage episode of Seinfeld.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
in the pool.
It's amazing.
Yeah, that was. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Like, I understand the urge to take your clothes off in public, but like, if your dong is that small, just like let that thought, let it go. It's better not to act on that.
Enhance.
How much you think that dude been drinking before they got to the Bass Pro Shop?
For the January 6th Santa pictures. By the way, that's something we haven't mentioned yet is Insurrection Day happened, came and went, and no more insurrections. So, not that there was one that day either, but you know.
I love how they're still reporting on it like it was like actually an insurrection.
Oh my god, you got to see the video of the dude crying like 3 years later, and he's like crying about it.
Oh, the
On
politician.
MSNBC, yeah, it's just it's on MSNBC.
Yeah, not even a politician who was there, just a fucking dumbass reporter is like on air crying about how terrible it was. Like,
Not a reporter, a stenographer.
whatever the fuck they are. Hang on.
You can't call them reporters anymore because they don't actually report anything. They just read the script that the deep state gave them to tell.
Here we go.
Yep, there it is.
Get through this. Thank you
Bitch.
for what you did 3 years ago today. Tell me your thoughts.
Look at this dude's face. He can't believe this guy is so tore up about this. He's like, what? What I did? What did I do?
On this third anniversary.
So pause this for a second. You know that the guy backstage, like the producer backstage is like, okay, you need to get emotional right now. So I need you to get emotional, clear your throat, and then say something.
They don't show you the cut up onions they've got taped to the underside of the desk.
I thought Don Lemon got fired, or is that a different gay black guy?
It's a different one. Look, you've got to have one. It doesn't matter if you fire one, you got to replace them with another one. Otherwise,
all the same. And Don Lemon was on CNN, not MSNBC.
They're all the same.
In the midst of the same fight that began on January 6th, 2021. And we have a lot at stake in this country. And I think that it deserves every American's attention.
Does he
Whoever can edit, I would love to see them edit the footage of the cops opening up the doors instead of having that footage there.
Did he have neck tattoos?
Oh, yeah. It said he was a former DC Metro police officer.
Yeah, that's like an undercover cop type of thing to have. Weird.
Bad.
You got to look the part when you're,
Yeah.
faking a overthrowing of the government.
Yes.
Wonder if he had a couple swastikas on his forearms, just so everybody knew. I'm with you. See, look.
Yeah, they can fake that these days, though.
Oh, the henna tattoos? Yeah.
Yeah, just do it. Just
Yeah, but
get a good makeup artist. I mean, you think they're worried about a budget? You just get a good makeup artist.
If you're going to be running around playing insurrection, you're going to end up getting sweaty, and it's going to start to run, and then people are going to notice. Like you got to do it legit. We can put a cover up on that later on, but
you got to commit.
At least for the time being, it's got to be there.
Again, I would hardly call it an insurrection.
Although it's because it wasn't, but they'll keep calling it one. Speaking of edited footage, this is like the best video on the internet right now.
I love this guy. He says, "You're not going to be a dictator, are you?" I said, "No, no, no, other than day one." As my first order of business, I hereby declare martial law.
Citizens of the new America, here are today's announcements. Supreme Leader Donald Trump proclaims the 4th of July will no longer be celebrated as Independence Day. In honor of our 2021 Patriots, January 6th will now be recognized as our great nation's birthday. All citizens are required to participate in quadrant festivities. Failure to do so will be met with harsh punishment and immediate incarceration in your local detention camp.
I'm tired of this separation of church and state junk.
Effective immediately, all children are now considered spiritual soldiers of MAGA. Regardless of race, incest, or health of the woman, abortion is now illegal. Anyone caught providing or receiving an abortion will be charged with murder.
Do you believe in punishment for abortion?
There has to be some form of punishment.
For the woman?
Yeah, there has to be some form.
Due to previous liberal indoctrination, all schools are hereby closed. All citizens must participate.
God, if he'd actually do this, I'd vote for his ass.
Celebration festivities. Failure to do so will
Did a
be met
lefty
with
make
harsh
this, or did somebody make this
punishment
to be
and immediate
funny?
incarceration in your local detention camp. All migrants, refugees, and dreamers are now considered enemies of the new America and will be rounded up, incarcerated, and deported immediately.
They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. We
If
will
Trump had the
root
balls to
out
do this
the
stuff,
radical
oh
left
my God, can you imagine
thugs
how
that
good it
live
would be?
like vermin.
Your curfew and freedom to travel will be determined by your quadrant's Vermin Surveillance System score. The Vermin Surveillance System has proven to be invaluable in detecting and squashing liberal uprising.
Oh, that's awesome.
All citizens must continue to report any progressive or liberal activity. Failure to do so will be met with harsh punishment and immediate incarceration at your local detention camp.
That's right, SPG.
Your unwavering loyalty to Supreme Leader Donald Trump is mandatory and essential in keeping the new America great forever.
Oh, damn.
Who made that?
What
would be absolutely brilliant is if Trump used that for his ad. That would be the most brilliant move possible.
The first reply or comment on this, sir, our propaganda backfired. They're calling it a banger.
Oh, so that was made by a lefty.
Oh yeah,
that's so funny.
Oh yeah,
man, they've done several of these. Every one of these that they do is.
Do you remember the Florida one during the pandemic?
DeSantis one,
or
made
the
DeSantis
scandemic?
look awesome.
Yeah.
No, they were like flying into Florida and like, you no longer can wear a mask anymore, and you might most likely will die. It's just the best.
Yeah, I think that's the one I was thinking of.
Okay.
Yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, they've had several. There was one that came out.
The left can't meme. They can. They just don't know.
One that came out back in 2020 that was like, what would happen on election night if Donald Trump won? And it was amazing. Like.
The lady walks into her daughter's room and she's like, Trump won. Abortion's now illegal. It's like,
yeah, it was awesome.
It was like the third term when he hadn't even won the second yet. They
That was another one of the videos that they did was about his third term. Oh gosh, I'm trying.
Have you guys? Is that movie out? The Civil War one is that one out yet or no? Because I do want to see that. I actually want to see that one. I've heard it's pretty decent.
Hey Steve, what kind of American are you? That's one of the lines from the trailer.
Yeah.
Let's see.
I mean, seriously though, if Trump actually did half of that shit, I'd vote for his ass. But he won't. He'll pussy out.
When does it come out? April 26th is when the Civil War movie comes out.
Okay. So. It's right before the month before we go down to Nashville. It's too late.
Oh yeah. One of us should get a bootleg copy of it, and we'll do a showing of it at the It's Too Late.
Yeah, right.
Oh man, I'm all right. I found their website. I'm gonna have to go through some of these videos. I have a strong feeling some of these are gonna make for good intro
content.
type video. Yeah. There's a Biden always delivers. Yep, I'm gonna
Biden always delivers.
Biden always delivers is what it says.
Oh, play that one.
Oh, I gotta.
What does he deliver? Like showers to his daughter?
Well, yeah. Oh, here we go.
We made a lot of progress because of all of you, but there's more to do.
Over and over, they count him out. And over, Joe Biden delivers. He's been doing it.
They're not being ironic at all.
Yeah, he's been around. He has the experience. He's doing the work. Straight backed and proud like his generation was taught. Don't brag.
I'm really rich.
Don't make excuses. Don't be a smartass. Just make the tough decisions for the good of the country. And Joe knows loss. The kind of loss that burned a commitment in his soul to do whatever it takes to protect the lives of all Americans.
I've been in this fight for a long time, but I'll never give up.
Donald Trump never delivered for America. He only spewed a chorus of deep division and crafted a cesspool of corruption to benefit only himself.
I just want to find 11,780 votes.
In just under 3 years, Joe Biden has delivered unlike any president in modern history.
I mean, masterclass in terms of delivering results.
Hold on.
In 3 years, Joe Biden has. In just under 3 years, Joe Biden has delivered unlike any
All right, let's break this down. Biden signs the American Rescue Plan. What has that actually done?
Increased prices everywhere.
Biden signs landmark gun legislation. That got shot down.
Yeah,
people are still shooting
$1
each
trillion
other.
infrastructure bill into law that still hasn't actually produced anything. Bidenomics is a godsend for rural America, according to The Hill. The Hill is run by a bunch of fucking morons, so there's that. And also, Bidenomics has gotten us higher prices of literally everything and runaway inflation. So
food has gone up. What
over rural America?
50%? Would you say 50% since?
And I think I can't remember what the stats are. It's somewhere in the 40s.
Yeah.
This is legit. This is completely unironic. This is from here. I'll just pull up the website so you can see. They are 100% legit. This will be the most important election of our lives. We are all in for 2024. Our mission is to get Joe Biden reelected, take back the House, maintain control of the Senate, and get out the vote in 2024 by creating the most impactful premium pro-blue content on social media and television. We are not a PAC. We are an award-winning production company based in Portland, Oregon. Go figure. Founded by Tiffany and Jim Drastic. We've decided to suspend all client work to focus solely on producing original 11 films content that will make a real impact in the 2024 election. So we're going to
stop doing porn for the Jays. Do this
probably. This is this shit's impressive. Like I said, they got a bunch of stuff on their website. It's www.11films.com. I feel like I'm going to have way too much fun going through their clips and videos and stuff.
I mean, Trump was not all that
Instagram
great, but he was better than what we have now.
Do you want to see?
So that's the funny thing is they talk about, like, a lot of times the left talks about how Trump, like, what Trump didn't do, that he said he was going to do all these things and then he didn't do them, but they also didn't do anything else either. So, like, isn't it kind of interesting that for the complete ineptitude of the state apparati during his presidency, things got considerably better? Like, by not doing anything.
Do you remember when he first got elected, all the people that just left office, all the jobs that were vacant because they were like, we're not going to work for him?
Right.
And I think it's because of that. I don't think it's because of anything Trump did. I think it's because you had so many vacant offices for years that
because they didn't replace any of those people. Like, they didn't.
Yeah, and they weren't
anybody to fill those
spots.
spots.
So they weren't destroying our lives by putting in all this regulation and raising taxes and raising, all the tariffs and all that shit. Trump.
Yeah, there was an article that was written sometime, I think it was around 2018 or 2019.
Yeah.
About all of the vacancies that come up when Trump took office and how they weren't filling any of them. And so you just had all of these things not being done. It's like, all of these things aren't being done, and everything has gotten drastically better over the last 2-3 years. So maybe we should continue to, like, not do these fucking things.
The one thing I'll give Trump credit for was the judges. Getting all the judges. That's the one thing that he did right. But regardless of Biden coming in or not, with 2020 happening the way it did and all the money being spent, we would have been in this situation regardless. I think we would have been. Yeah. So to fully 100% blame Biden for all of it, no, but you can blame him for most of it. But it is part of all that just incredibly reckless spending in 2020.
I'm looking up the couple that did those videos. This seems kind of astroturfed, kind of like who's that dude on Twitter, the Brooklyn Dad Defiant? You know what I'm talking about? Like,
yeah,
it seems like an op. Like, their social media presence is like not. I don't know. It just doesn't seem genuine. Because I'm looking at
they're leftist. Nothing they do is genuine.
Now. But she claims that they are award-winning creators, and then they cite, like, Vanity Fair and CNN.
Well, when the other part of the machine is telling, when one part of the machine is telling the other part of the machine to give them an award or say how great they are, that doesn't count. Especially when it's Vanity Fair and CNN.
I want to find out when they found the studio. Oh, their Twitter doesn't exist anymore. Huh.
Yeah, it does.
Well, it's a different one. It's not the one that's linked on their link tree.
Oh,
did they take it down because Elon Musk is destroying democracy?
No, they have a different one. Whatever one. Yeah. Okay. All right.
It's linked at the bottom of the website.
Okay. Fair enough.
I spend too much time and get too much enjoyment out of, like, the left-wing rags and stuff. Like, I really like reading psychotic leftist opinion pieces and just, like, belly laughing.
That's all of them.
But belly laughing at how fucking delusional they are. Like, it warms my heart to know that they're that mad all the time, and that they live in such a fantasy land of like the people who write the opinion pieces for Raw Story and The Atlantic and stuff like that. They see that film from this 11 Studios, the one we showed, the Trump one, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's for real. What's going to happen?" Like, we have to leave the country as soon as if it does, we have to leave the country. It's like, toodles.
Yeah, no wonder so many people are on antipsychotics and SSRIs.
Yeah, but I think that's what's causing it, though.
Living my life that way.
But that's what's causing it. That's what's causing all this insanity. Is all those anti-insanity drugs are causing the insanity.
Have you seen the statistics about the parents of trans kids? Like, I think it was like 72% of the parents of trans kids are on antipsychotics and regularly see a shrink. Like, yeah, no fucking shit. I could have told you that without doing a study.
Yeah.
You're going to that pseudoscience of psychiatry, and they're pushing the neuroticism onto you. Weird, right?
Crazy.
Didn't Pete do a show about that a while back?
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure he's covered it. I think that's where I learned about the guy that runs Netflix being related to Bernays, that propagandist, and also being related to Sigmund Freud.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I remember hearing something about that. I don't remember who it was, but that was just recent.
Well,
yeah.
I did put an article in the chat about a woman who beat her boyfriend with a Christmas tree on Christmas and got arrested.
Damn, how big of a tree was it?
I have to assume.
I don't know.
It was like a little like Walmart fake tree, like a 4-footer or something.
But then on New Year's Eve, she got arrested again.
Like it.
I got to give.
She beat him with like
OBDM. I got to give OBDM credit for that. Hearing that story, that's probably one of the best podcasts out there. Is OBDM.
So like it had to have been one of the like little 3-footer fake ones.
I don't know, man. You know how the stories of like when women get like really, really worked up, they can like lift up a car to get it off the baby and shit. Like, might have been one of those, man, where she just got so worked up she picked up a full-grown tree.
And it's gonna fall apart. Like it would have to have been unless
fall
you just
apart,
used,
man.
like.
What if it's a real tree? Like we always get real trees. I get a real tree every year.
I'm not a fan of the real trees.
I just don't like having to clean them up.
Yeah. Mom and Dad got one year, and everybody in the house was like, "Can we just like not do this again?" Like, it was a fun experiment. And I think we're gonna pass on the real tree.
No Christmas spirit, man. I like real trees, but I want them gone on 26. I want all decorations down on the 26. My wife won't let me. Stupid thing's still up.
Yeah, it's a fire hazard at this point.
Yeah. It's a way to get a new house. Just gotta get my guitars out first. And my vinyl. Do you have that video of the other commercial of Trump winning the third term? Is that on that one?
I couldn't find it.
So we got to end with that because that's like that one's absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, I'll have to do some more digging for that one because I'm not sure where that video came out a few years ago. So it's gonna be.
Well, that would have been 2020 during the election. I don't know about you guys, man, but I feel like it's like the last 4 years have just raced by.
Yeah, they've really stepped on the gas pedal.
Yeah,
we've been living with that COVID brain, and everything just kind of blurs.
You guys want a white pill?
Yeah.
The junior U.S. hockey team. Pull it up.
Oh, is this the fight? Didn't they get into a big brawl with?
I didn't actually get to watch the game. I'm not sure. No, the Swedes, they had it coming.
No, I saw something and I seriously thought it was the NHL because it was a pretty brutal fight. I just saw a clip of it and apparently it was like U.S. and some other team. I was shocked because usually in like Olympic style hockey, they don't allow fighting. But apparently they do now.
I'm sure they got penalized for it. I'm looking. I'm not seeing any fights. Maybe it was something else.
I just saw it the other day on Twitter. I'm assuming it was the same because it looked like, because I thought it was the New York Rangers and some like new team.
Oh, because of the blue and red, yeah.
Yeah, because of the the all blue jerseys, and then the other team was wearing like gold or yellow jerseys.
Yeah, yes, SDG. We talked about him on Friday. You better know
he's a two-sport athlete.
Wait,
apparently he's good at basketball too.
What happened? I missed it. I was selling coffee Friday, so I missed it. And it was a slow day, so anybody needs coffee, please order because I had a slow week last week.
Here, I'll pull
FoxandSons.com, and then use what's your code, Justin? FTC
FCT.
FCT for 18% off.
That guy.
This kid.
Robert Griffin.
That is a hell of a smile, man.
Hey, he's a football player. He ain't got to look good. Yeah, so this kid right here, he's taking visits at all over the place. So West Virginia, IU.
That's his real name, by the way.
Noah Naysayer.
Oh, that's like a football name if I've ever heard one.
No, his name is Noah Nigger.
That's hilarious.
Everything about this.
It's just so funny.
I hope this nigga go to West Virginia or IU, like go to a Power 5 school and be on TV every week.
Oh, they'll change his name every time. They'll say something. They'll change it. There's no way they'll be able to do it.
Well, you saw the naysayer thing, right? You know where that's from, Justin? Did you see that video?
Jalen Milroe.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, all of the black people are into it, especially the black football folks. So it's all good. They have he has their blessing to use his name.
That's until one guy on one channel says something different because he's afraid to say it and he'll get in trouble if he says it.
This is a good point. Like wherever he goes, especially if he goes to like a Power 5 school, like especially if he goes to like West Virginia, his jersey will be top sales in the country immediately. Like
if he's got a Mountaineers jersey, I'll definitely buy it.
Shit, I don't even like West Virginia, and I might buy one. I mean, it's going to be like a huge cultural moment, and if you don't jump on board with it, you might be retarded.
Because democracy basically means government by the people, of the people, for the people. But the people are retarded.